that's a real accomplishment. Only a select few, been able to grace this cover. So it's truly an honor.
Oh my God! Oh my God, chat! We got a logo, chat! Logo Jordan in the building. Let's go!
What are some of your favorite modes in 2K?
The Friendship Torch in the foreground and the Tower of the Americas behind it. Two of the signature sites here in San Antonio, Texas. Hi, everyone. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much. Last season, LeBron James set a career high in assists, and he said the assist has always been his favorite. LeBron said, "It gives my teammates an opportunity."
Always looking to bring his guys with him. Thanks, David. And now Washington's starting group. Weber is out there with Rudy Gobert. Then it's Magic Johnson. Then there's Robertson. And it's Houston at the 3 spot. And for the Spurs, they've got Mourning. Parker out there with Jackson. Then it's LeBron James. And it's Donaldson in at the center position. And the Spurs start out with the ball. Parker outside. Out of bounds. Washington takes possession. We got a lot of talent in the front court tonight between these two teams, Doris. That's where a lot of the focus for us will be.
We will have an opportunity to see offense being run through the low post. So the interior defense is going to have to be strong. Will you send an extra defender? Where will that defender come from? There's a lot to play out here tonight, Kevin.
In the painted area, it's where Robertson can destroy you. He's just too strong and too skilled.
James has a 2-pointer. The shot missing. And it's Washington the other way. Here's Robertson. They get it back. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And how unique is Weber? A smooth shooting big man with some sick handles.
This is his first free throw of the game. First one falls for him. Weber hits them both. LeBron with it. And the pass to Mourning. James looking around. Passes to Parker. Back to LeBron. Shot clock at 5. The shot, no good. And it's Washington the other way. From the arc. Houston can't get it to go. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Whacking James like the D does there is the right move. I mean, especially when you consider how strong he is.
Even though LeBron doesn't go 100% every minute of every game in the season, he still knows when to turn it on.
And for someone at his age, that is something you have to know how to do. You can see when LeBron kicks it into that next gear. Can't keep it on all the time, but he's still able to take over when he needs to.
You have to love the leadership of LeBron James. Is he demanding of his teammates? Absolutely. But they can take it because he demands more from himself.
Robertson, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Robertson's got his second bucket. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Floats one, and James with the layup.
You might want to check your sanity if you're trying to check LeBron James at the cup. My man can score in there.
Weber against Mourning from 18 feet away. Another shot. And James pulls it down. Spurs have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. The putback, great positioning on the putback. And it's a tie ball game.
And Mourning just a beast on the glass, using that muscular frame to get into prime position there on the board.
The shot's good from Robertson.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now here's Jackson. James kicks to Jackson. good, and the assist goes to LeBron.
Listen, we know that LeBron James can score at will, but he is phenomenal at hitting his guys with perfectly placed passes.
Here now is Weber. And Weber throws it down.
Oh, that's great TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Now here's Parker. Mourning passes to James. Pass to Donaldson. Now Mourning. It's Parker outside. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And Weber with the basket on the assist by Robertson. Weber's got 6.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches. Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Here's Parker. Got a piece of it. And Mourning sends it back.
And that's his signature. Mourning, a fantastic defender. Phenomenal at using those long arms to reject shots.
Now here's James. Pass to Mourning. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Kicks it out to LeBron. And the officials call a traveling violation. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Cantor checked in for San Antonio. Jones comes in for Jackson. Back to Weber. Drops in the layup for 2. He's got 8.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Back to Parker. James against Crawford. Yep, it counts.
The defense really doing their best to body LeBron James, but he is just a physical beast who cannot be contained.
Now, here is Weber. He's got 8. Johnson outside. Good if it goes. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And when you consider how the Wizards are doing, guys, your thoughts?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court right now for the Spurs. Fox is out there with Jones. Then it's Collins. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's James in at the 3, the small forward. And Kanter throws it down.
Well, you have to be effective in the screen and roll game if you're a big man in today's NBA. Kanter, when he's rolling with purpose, look out.
Now, here is Weber. Collins with some nice D.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And sometimes Fox just can't be contained. I mean, he plays with so much heart and passion and terrific at scoring, even when he gets bodied up.
And getting to the free throw line more and more. GA awfully tough to stay in front of De'Aaron Fox.
I mean, he's just got to knock him down, though. I mean, a free throw percentage, I think he can and will improve upon.
Now, here is Monroe. And he uses the glass on the layup. Monroe's got his first points in this one.
The shake and bake moves of Earl the Pearl. I mean, a phenomenal ball handler who just kills you with that change of pace.
James kicks to Collins. And finished off by Collins.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. So timeout called here. The first for Washington. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the one pick or the second pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. Weber. Collins with some nice D.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
The dish to Fox. Back to Collins. Over Crawford. Shot by Collins, no good.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. The Wizards shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
And it's Fox with the ball for San Antonio. They trail by one. Monroe outside. Off the left rim and out. The Spurs have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Now, here is Monroe. 5 points in the game. Lets it go from the wing. Rebounded by the Spurs.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Wizards have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Stolen by Collins. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Kicks it out to Jones. Over Gobert. Here's Donaldson. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. And the Spurs lead by 1. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Here's Houston. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. To the inside. Here's Crawford. That shot off the mark. So the Spurs will take it the other way. Stolen by Monroe. Crawford dishes to Monroe.
What a masterful job on the defensive end. Did everything possible to alter that shot.
Jackson passes to Jones. With the teardrop. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2. The Wizards shooting poorly, just 35% so far. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
And the Spurs with some changes. Morning's checked in for Collins. James comes in for Jones. And Parker subbed in for Fox. Then for the Wizards, Weber comes in for Rollins. And it's Robertson in for Jamal Crawford. Now here's Parker. Here's Donaldson, defended by Gobert. Stolen by Monroe. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Nice shot by Robertson.
And Weber, just one of the best passing big men we've ever seen. I love watching him share the ball and really revamp the art of the high post.
Here's James. He's got 6. Here's Parker. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
The Spurs have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
2 shots. Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Parker.
And Parker just so skilled at marching his way to the stripe. He
Johnson, he's checked in for Monroe. And Tony Parker drops them both.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Weber, and Morning sends it back.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
Jackson, that's good.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Here's Weber. Morning with some nice D. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Spurs up 1. And now we'll send. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. And quite possibly the fastest player in the league, the Aaron Fox, the budding star. Thanks for joining us, folks.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Oscar Robertson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Second half is underway, and here's who Scott Brooks has got on the floor. They've got Gobert. Johnson is out there with Robertson. Then it's Weber, and it's Houston at the small forward. 4 on the clock, and stolen by James. One-on-one fast break. Parker with a clean look. That 3 off the mark. Washington trailing. Here's Houston. Johnson outside. Kicks to Robertson. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And inefficient defense there, guys. If there's one thing you want to try and take away from Robertson, it's the dribble drive.
Now here's LeBron. He's guarded closely, and they double up James. Jackson has the open look. Drills the 3-pointer. Jackson's got the lead up to 2 now for the Spurs.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D. Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
San Antonio making a switch here. Cantor's checked in. A lot of great talkers over the years. Trash talkers on the floor in this league. You think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question, and believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, but I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they'll cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that part.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Washington. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
De'Aaron Fox is checked in for the Spurs. And a change for the Wizards. Crawford's checked in. Inside, Weber, and Weber throws it down.
And Weber, just tremendous size in the paint, easily rising up to take that one home.
LeBron up top, guarded by Weber. Gobert with the block. And there's Robertson. That's good on the assist by Crawford. And now a 3-point Wizards lead. San Antonio's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown.
And Doris, as Gobert has added strength, his rebounding numbers have continued to improve.
That's right, Greg. He's always been a force as a shot block. But over the past 2 seasons, this guy as a rebounder has been top 3 in the league. Last year, he even challenged Andre Drummond for king of the boards. He's got great size, great anticipation, and he plays with passion.
Here's Robertson. From down in the low post, it goes. Robertson's got 14 points.
The defensive intensity must pick up. It hasn't been the same this half.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Oscar Robertson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Boy, he's been relentless, and to this point, they haven't had an answer for him on the inside. Let's see if they make some adjustments coming out of the timeout.
A different look now for San Antonio. John Collins, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. And it's Jackson in for De'Aaron Fox. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Parker against Robertson. The pass to LeBron. No good on the 3.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Spurs trail by 5. LeBron outside. Over Crawford. Mourning. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Crawford passes to Robertson. Kicks it out to Crawford. Here's the 3. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Crawford. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense, and that is one heck of a rejection right there.
And Washington making a change here. San Antonio with the ball. It's a 3-point game. Now here's LeBron. Be right on him. Here's Mourning. Down low. Here's Jackson. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and it'll go to the line.
All stops the dunk there. The best outcome in a bad situation.
The Spurs shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And a season ago at the charity stripe, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
Both shots good from the stripe. The Wizards have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Here's Johnson, and he makes good on the layup. Johnson's got 4 points this quarter.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Now James, he has 6. For the tie. That shot no good. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Wizards lead by 3. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. And it's Parker with the ball, bringing it up for the Spurs. They trail by 3. LeBron James is out there with Mourning. Then there's Parker. Then there's Jackson. And it's Donaldson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Houston's shot's good. And the Wizards lead by 5.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And here is Parker. LeBron James on the wing. It's rebounded by Robertson.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. Washington calls timeout.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And the guys get a little bit of a break, mentally, physically. Just recharge here quickly.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Kevin, I heard what Scott Brooks said to his team. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
Robertson is double. Just 2 to shoot. Drops in the tray. Houston's got 5 points now this quarter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Right side Jackson passes it to Mourning. Parker outside. 3-pointer. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Wizards leading by 8. Here's Robertson, and he finishes the break with a lay-in.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
Parker passes to Donaldson. James with it. Will it go? And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Guys, this is superior strength by James. Even when the defense roughs him up, he's more than capable of playing through them. It's amazing.
Free throw good, LeBron. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Pass to Weber. And Mourning sends it back. And Parker with a clear path to the hoop. And he gets the bucket. And now it's only a 5-point Washington lead.
Yeah, and even though he's a little older now, Parker still possesses exceptional speed. He really turns on the Jets in transition. Easy looks like that.
Weber can't hit.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack. Huge shot by Parker there at a moment when his team needed one. A big-time player who welcomes any challenge that comes his way.
Weber against Mourning. Weber can't hit. And the Spurs with possession. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. And a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
Well, consistency is so critical, especially in clutch moments. This guy has got that gene.
Washington calls timeout.
And momentum going the other way. Can they find some answers?
I think here you have just got to get back to what you do best and then live with the results.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, LeBron James.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
Robertson kicks to Johnson. Back to Robertson. And stolen by Mourning. James outside. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 3 assists now in this one. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter. Shot to stop the run. Weber can't hit.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Here's LeBron. And he finishes nicely on the layup. LeBron's got the lead up to 6 now for San Antonio.
King James with ice water in his veins. An absolutely breathtaking player.
Here's Weber. And again, Washington no good.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Basket counts. And it's an 8-point Spurs lead.
Spectacular. I mean, lights out shooting here down the stretch. All of a sudden now they're in a position to win the game.
Feeds it to Weber. Again with the block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. Here's Jackson. It's tipped.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
I'll tell you, it's never an easy point in the game, knowing whatever you do, you're still coming away with the L.
And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
LeBron outside.
I am huge on my career. Like, I play my career all the time. When my little cousins come over, we play just play mode, and I am not a believer in letting little kids win. So, like, my little cousin DJ, he gets mad at me all the time because I beat it.
I know you have some favorite teams, some favorite players. Tell me about those.
Well, I have teams that I love depending.
Andre Jordan. And now, man in the middle, at 7.02.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the NBA. We are nearly ready for the...
Kevin, thanks. Donovan.
What a great guy. D.A., thank you for that. Look at the 76ers starting group. Jordan is out there with Chamberlain. And there's Hill. Then there's Carter. And it's Irving in at the 1 spot. And for the Mavericks, Luka Doncic's out there with Paul George. Then it's Anthony Davis. Then there's Whiteside. And it's Rice in at the small forward position. Now, here's Doncic. The shot's good. for both teams tonight, Clark. Unbelievable talent up front.
Agreed. And, you know, in the trenches, in the paint is where this one's going to be decided. It's going to be won or lost there. And that's not something we say very often in this day and age with the three-point shooting, the small ball, the spacing of the floor, the pick and roll action. But it'll be different tonight.
Here's George. Grant Hill making his last shot. Pass to Whiteside. He dishes it to Doncic. Whiteside trying to break free. That's good from Doncic on the assist by Whiteside.
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
Here's Carter. Unable to get that one. Tries again. He takes it up and lays it in.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
George passes to Doncic. Now here is George. No good with the triple.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Irving against Doncic. Irving passes to Jordan. Clock at 6. Back to Irving. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Boy, great display of concentration and tenacity from Irving there. Fighting his way through contact, getting it up and down, plus the foul.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
It's stolen by Hill. Makes it off the glass.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
George passes to Whiteside. Here's Rice. Pass to George. Five to shoot. Over Carter. Offensive rebound. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You know, guys, you got to give much respect to the length of Whiteside. I mean, he's a hulking 7-footer who takes a lot of pride in being the defensive anchor for this team.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
You know, guys, when you look at those numbers last year for him, I think it does affect how much you're willing to go after contact because you're a little fearful of getting to the foul line unless you're in the and one situation. Too many trips to the line when you shoot it as poorly as he does actually can hurt you.
Irving, good.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Doncic. Three-pointer, and the 3-ball is good. Doncic has got 7 points.
Boy, you better get out there on this guy. Doncic is prime time for real from that 3-point line.
And slam dunk by Jordan. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Both teams deciding to change it up. Mavericks trailed by 5. Brown outside. Here's the floater. He lays it in.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Feeds it to Mitchell. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen. The defense made an impact right there. Definitely got him uncomfortable going up with it.
Wallace dishes to Mitchell. 13 feet away. Porzingis with the rebound. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. It's a 5-point game. The pass to Porzingis. Davis surveying the floor. And the dunk by Porzingis.
You know, with AD's improved court awareness, when guys on his team get open, he'll find them.
Here's Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
Yeah, they're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Now here's Brown. Shoots over White. That misses off the backboard.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Right against Mitchell. To the middle. Here's Chamberlain. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Davis.
Hey, we all know this. It's no secret. I mean, one of the areas of Wilt's game that's below average is free throw shooting.
And he makes both free throws. And so it's Philadelphia bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And always interesting to hear from Donovan Mitchell, who recently spoke about...
Everybody had their expectations of what we should be or will be, but at the end of the day...
And you know, Greg, Mitchell's going to be right in the middle of it, leading the way.
And on top of everything else he does, he's elite at getting his own shot. We've seen him carry this team offensively at times. Boy, he is special.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
And so in the game for the 76ers, Mitchell is out there with Irving. Then there's Wallace. Then there's Chamberlain. And it's Adams in at the 5 spot. To the paint. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Whiteside's checked in for Johnson. Paul George comes in for Michael Redd. And Doncic is subbed in for Brown. Philadelphia also making some changes. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Chamberlain. Carter comes in for Wallace. And it's Hill in for Donovan Mitchell. Up top, Doncic. Covered by Irving. And it's Doncic missing. Philadelphia leading by 8. Down low, Adams. And Adams with the slam.
There's not much that Hill does not do well. He does a bunch of good things, including spotting the open man and getting the ball to him right away.
Here's Porzingis. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Mavericks trail by 8. And the Mavericks call time here.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Anthony Davis, he's checked in for the Mavericks. The 76ers also with a sub. Jackson's checked in. And here are the Mavericks now. Passes it to Whiteside. Dallas moving the ball around. Here's Rice. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And change shot, and Davis puts it in.
Davis using that athleticism to battle it out on the glass. From in that tight, hard to stop AD.
Here's Carter. It's Hill, top the key. Offline with his three. And here's Whiteside. He'll bring it up for Dallas. They trail by 6. And it's Davis with the jam.
Boy, there's not a better target in all of the NBA than Davis for the alley-oop.
Count that one. Irving's got 9 points.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
Back to Whiteside. On the jam by Whiteside.
Timeout. Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
And the 76ers decide to take their first timeout here.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
Dallas making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Mitchell, he's checked in for the 76ers. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
One of the more powerful young guards in our game. Mitchell loves to attack the heart of the defense.
And the 76ers making a change here. Chamberlain's checked in. And Doncic, here we go. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Doncic showing you his ability to finish. I really respect his aggressiveness in taking it to the hoop and handling contact.
Here's Jackson, and Davis sends it back. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Doncic outside, and they double up Doncic. That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Paul George.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Carter kicks to Hill. 6 on the shot clock. Mitchell against Doncic. The 76ers with another miss. For Dallas, they've gone 8 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Really flowing here. Davis, the pass to Doncic. Johnson outside. Pass to Davis for 3. That one misses. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. 76ers lead by 3. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to... And this talented 76ers team, they are loaded in their starting line. Jack, how long is that? And that's going to do it for us here. The second half.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
They've got Paul George. Whiteside is out there with Davis. Then there's Doncic, and it's Rice in at the 3 slot. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Doncic. And they double up Doncic. No one near Whiteside as he lets it go. And the 3 off target. To the middle. Here's Hill. And Whiteside sends it back.
And Whiteside takes great pride in rejecting shots. Outstanding at getting his arms up and denying shooters.
And it's Doncic missing. Philadelphia leading by 5. Here's Irving. Doncic with the block. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. Doncic feeling it out. Pass to Whiteside. Over Irving. Here's Davis. And the shot goes down. Davis has got 6 points.
There it is, the first basket of the half after missing their first 3 attempts.
And Chamberlain with the stuff.
Boy, I tell you, for such a big guy, what a remarkably fluid athlete. You can see why he competed and excelled in the high jump in college.
Dallas calls timeout. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams and players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Here's Davis. Chamberlain with the block.
Man, what a well-coordinated athlete at his size. And to add that superior timing, hard to get shots over Wilt Chamberlain.
Irving for 3. A new 14 for the 76ers. Mavericks trail by 7. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Chamberlain against Davis. Brown outside. 5 on the clock. Another shot. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That is textbook when you're talking a pump fake. Well executed that time by Davis. So good at knowing how to use that shot fake effectively.
Johnson, he's checked in for Whiteside. The 76ers also with a sub. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Irving. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Mitchell kicks to Carter. Over Johnson. And Carter with the basket on the assist by Mitchell. Carter's got 4 points in the quarter.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Well, it's interesting. The defense continues to back off, expecting them to attack the rack, but they just continue to pull up and knock down those mid-range jumpers.
Chamberlain, the second chance points on the tip in. Chamberlain got 8 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And it's Davis finishing it off.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
The shot's good from Carter.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
Red passes to Brown. No good. Good D by Mitchell.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Brown feeling out a bit. Right against Hill. And that foul is called on Grant Hill. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Dallas. Whiteside's checked in for Johnson. Paul George comes in for Michael Redd. And Doncic is subbed in for Brown. Rice passes to Davis. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. Wilt Chamberlain picks one up.
Well, what a great effort that time by Davis. Just never gave up on it. Worked through tough defense and still found a way to get it up and down.
Here's Mitchell. And it's off the back rim. No good. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. 7-point differential. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know, one of the things Paul George, PG, has done is improve his ball handling, and as a result, defenders are nervous when he's handling the ball and getting up into a shot.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Doncic against Mitchell. Inside. Here's Chamberlain. Up again, and Davis pulls it down. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Philadelphia ahead, leading by 5. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth, we've got Chamberlain. Donovan Mitchell is out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Hill, and it's Jordan in at the center. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Count it, and the 76ers lead has been cut down to 3 on the bucket from George.
Yeah, excellent determination there from George. This wasn't going to be denied. Fighting off the physical contact and nailing the shot over good defense.
Count the basket, and that's 13 points for Kyrie Irving.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
And the Mavericks call time here. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. He told his guys, tempo, more tempo. You've got to be quicker into transition. Push the ball. Let's get some opportunities before their defense can set up. Kevin, back to you.
Here's Hill, and it's sent back by George.
Well, I tell you what, Paul George is so tough on defense. Love the way he gets after people. He's excellent at staying in the play as well as staying in his stance so he can come up with rejections and deflections.
Inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
And George, here we go. And he drops in the layup off the glass. George has got 4 this quarter.
Solid poise from PG, Paul George. Excellent at converting despite getting hit on the drive.
Here's Irving. Can't hit that one. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Here's Rice. To the inside. Davis. Wilt Chamberlain with the rebound. Chamberlain got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Hill kicks to Irving. From the arc. It's rebounded by Doncic. Mavericks trail by 5. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. On the wing, George. Over Hill. And it's George missing. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And it's Mitchell missing. Stolen by Mitchell. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And footwork really so important. Donovan threads the drive there with such grace.
Vince Carter, he's checked in for Grant Hill. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here, the Mavericks shooting in the fourth quarter not pretty, down around 29%. Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
Boy, Doncic so crafty and good at using screens and being effective in screening situations. He's a true scorer and playmaker.
And the 76ers call time here. They're in front by 6. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good position, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance.
Great call to keep running all those sets forward.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
The drive by Doncic. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Well, the main weapon in Doncic's attack, he really excels at finding lanes and then taking advantage of them.
There's a minute 34 left to play in the final quarter. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. Another miss by Philadelphia. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Dallas. They trail by 6. There's the pass to Whiteside. Here's Doncic. Chamberlain with the block. We've got 1:08 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Irving. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
It doesn't look good, even with the quick bucket here.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Chamberlain dishes to Irving. Fires from the line, and it's blocked by Whiteside. Here's George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Well, you have to be really on your toes when you're defending Paul George. He's excellent when it comes to using the pump fake to draw fouls.
Here's Irving, and an intentional foul right there. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5.
Boy, what a journey it's been for Irving. An all-star, a champion. He's played on the U.S. national team. And even did a little acting along the way.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 6-point ball game.
No mistakes there. Good free throws to give them just a little bit more cushion.
Dallas calls timeout. They're down by 6. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. The shot by George, no good. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. He's able to hit the second one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. This one just all but in the books.
Yeah, too many points, not enough time.
From deep, George. Jordan with the rebound. Hill finds Irving. Doncic with the steal. Shoots the 3. That one doesn't drop. So
The season.
Are you a fair weather fan?
Yes,
what do they call them? They call them.
I'm a bandwagger. I'm a proud bandwagger. I really am.
This is a tough question, but who's the best my player of all time?
We all are. Freak.
Oh, gee. I'm being selfish. It's been fun.
Right?
I mean, we'll.
There below is Barclays Center and the borough of Brooklyn, where there's never a dull moment. Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Hey, Kevin. Well, another Kevin Durant, is...
It does indeed. Thanks, David. And now the Lakers starting group. Russell is out there with Wallace. Then it's Mullen. Then there's Frazier. And it's Kidd in at the point guard. And for the Nets, Jimmy Butler is out there with Paul. Then there's Hayes. And it's Durant. And it's Gilmore in at the 5. And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotation.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season.
Here's Gilmore. Pass to Durant. Pulls it from 20, and he hits the jumper for 2.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And there's the pass to Mullen. Good. Great play set up by Frazier.
And this is where Mullen is most dangerous. A consistent three-point shooter with textbook form.
Paul kicks to KD. Back to Paul. Outside Butler. The three-pointer, no good. And so it's Frazier who'll bring it up for Los Angeles. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Kidd, really just a nightly triple-double threat. Big point guard who can score, pass, and also rebounds the ball.
Los Angeles shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
Definitely an area where they can improve. Only 73% as a team from the line last year.
Both free throws good from Kidd. And here are the Nets. It's a three-point game. Paul goes in. The shot, no good. Good defense by Kidd. And it's Mullen that time on the assist by Frazier. Mullen's got 5 now.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Lakers with a quick start to this game. Frazier, the pass to Kidd. Lakers working the ball around now. A nice shot by Frazier.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Nets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
A shot by Paul, no good.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
Paul with the steal. He feeds it to Hayes. And Hayes throws it down.
The eyes of Chris Paul. He's always had tremendous vision.
Kidd passes to Russell. Frazier against Butler. Wallace. He can't get that one to fall. The Nets go the other way with it. Butler feeling out of it. Good defense by Kidd.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Ball with the bucket.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
Now here's Frazier. KD comes with the double team. And the slam dunk by Wallace.
And you can see Kidd's ability to pass truly is a gift. When one of his teammates is open, he is quick to get them the ball in rhythm.
Ball against Kidd. From past the arc, Chris Paul, and that's good. Paul's got a couple of threes now in the first with the Nets.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Down low, here's Kidd. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. The free throw drops for Kidd. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And the Lakers making a change here. Both free throws good from Kidd. 1:10 left here in the opening quarter. Bounce pass, Holiday. Now here's Valanciunas. Defense is right there.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And it's good. 2 points. Kidd's got 6.
And Kidd using that size well inside. Fantastic with the read of the D there and exploiting the weakness.
Now here's Green. Holiday, no one around him. And a miss there on the triple. Lakers leading by 8. Here's Kidd. A putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Here's Green. Right side Holiday. Valanciunas trying to free himself up. And now in transition is Kidd. Here we go. And it goes down 2 points. 8 points for Jason Kidd.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I'll tell you, this was their strategy coming in. They obviously identified a weakness there inside.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Lakers ahead, up by 12. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the grind of an NBA season.
How can we be the best version of ourselves individually every day?
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And so far, through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And, guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yes, you know this, GA. Back in our day, in any day, really, if you don't block out somebody, you will sit down.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at the Lakers. Simmons is out there with Jason Kidd. Then it's Mullen. And there's Malone. And it's Mirazon in at the 5, roaming the paint. Holiday looking over the floor. Fires from deep. Mirazon the rebound.
It wasn't that long ago that Holiday suffered some injuries that had people concerned about his future.
Greg, some injuries are bad luck. We do know this. Drew Holiday's physical, he's fearless, and he doesn't know any other way to play. But thankfully, he's battled through, and he is still playing at an all-star level.
Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters, but ultimately your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Here's Paul, and it's blocked by Simmons.
How about the balance and body control? Simmons able to send that one packing.
Here's Frazier. That one good for 2. Frazier's got the lead up to 12 now for Los Angeles.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
The putback. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, and sometimes he comes off as maybe being laid back, but Gilmore is a fierce competitor in the post, and it comes out in his rebounding more than anywhere else.
Simmons, the bounce pass. Mullen's shot is off. Nets have gone 2 of 5 in the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. That's a 2 from Paul. His shot is good. Scores his 3rd basket in 6 tries, shooting 50%.
I can't believe that went in, and I don't think he can either.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching has its place.
Yeah, if that weren't the case, you wouldn't see so many coaching changes in the offseason.
And the Nets making a change here. Durant's checked in. Wallace is checked in for the Lakers. Russell comes in for Karl Malone. Mullen for 3. Rebounded by the Nets.
Well, he was in rhythm, hitting 2 threes in the opening quarter. Hasn't made one since.
The shot by Paul, no good. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They've held a 12-point lead early. Here's the hook. Yes, that goes in. And the Lakers lead by 10.
And the hook shot isn't one that a lot of guys use these days.
Paul dishes to Butler. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played for Los Angeles. They've gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Poked away. Paul with the steal. Goes up. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Love the level of concentration by Jimmy Butler on that play.
And as much as he commands attention on the court, Jimmy Butler content to skip the spotlight when he's off it.
You know, GA, nothing has come easy in his career for Jimmy Butler. All he does is puts his head down and works and works and works. And because of that work ethic, he has become an all-star. Love watching his progression.
That free throw good from Butler.
What I like about Jimmy Butler, he excels on both ends of the floor.
Kidd kicks to Wallace. It's rebounded by Hayes.
A for effort, but when there's that much resistance at the rim, better find another option.
No good off the front iron.
Hard to create space in that mid-range area. He would have been better passing that off.
Kidd passes to Mullen. And here is Wallace. And Wallace slams it in.
And you gotta like how Mullen looks for his open teammates, always trying to make guys better.
Outside Durant. The 19-foot shot. Good. He hits the jump shot. Durant's got his 2nd basket of the game. If they time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarter.
Outside Russell. It's rebounded by Hayes. Nets trail by 7. Passes to Durant. It's stolen by Mullen. To the left side wing. Here's Kidd, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Brooklyn called for the foul. 3 trips to the line so far for him in this one. And the first one drops. Both free throws good from Kidd. 6 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Durant just inside the line, drained for 2 points. KD's got 6 points.
You just marvel at Durant's fluidity for his size. Stopping and popping, he's one of a kind.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. And we'll be back with you shortly.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. It was all about the Lakers as the game got going. An exceptional game plan helped them open with a 12-4 run. As the first quarter came to a close, they held a sizable 12-point lead. And
we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. A fantastic game from Jason Kidd in this one.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Los Angeles leading by 7. Durant is out there with Hayes. Then it's Chris Paul. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Gilmore in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school. And it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy. He would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Ball passes to Gilmore. And the call will be against Ben Wallace. That is his first foul of the game. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Mullen against Durant. Misses from short range.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard. And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
To the paint, and stolen by Russell. Oh, Russell in position. And the slam dunk by Russell.
And the relentless nature that is Bill Russell. Always working for the best scoring opportunity. Won't find one better than that.
Oh, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. They get Jason Kidd. The Nets have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
And that one falls for Paul.
One of the most vocal players in this league, CP3 is known as a tremendous leader.
And Paul drove both of them. Timeout called the Lakers. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Kidd passes to Russell. Mullen with the ball. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. A decent amount of time left as they try to find a way back into it.
Yeah, but it will be soon if they don't start cutting into this deficit.
Here's Hayes. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Hayes has got his second basket.
Great floor awareness there by Jimmy Butler, sensing one of his guys is open and gets it to him.
Here's Kidd. Up and in on the layup.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Paul kicks to KD. He can't hit that time. Mullen with the defensive effort. Lakers leading by 11. The tray. Offensive rebound.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Nets. Inside. Hayes dishes to Paul. Around the back and lays it in. Paul's got 12.
And the thing about Paul, despite his listed size, he's comfortable operating inside.
Frazier against Butler. Pass to Mullen. Connects from three-point range. Mullen's got the lead up to 14 now for Los Angeles. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question, toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
Some changes for the Lakers. Malone comes in for Ben Wallace. And Simmons subbed in for Frazier. Simmons against Paul. And Hayes throws it down.
If there's one thing Paul does best, it's running an offense, finding the best look.
Los Angeles leading by 12. Simmons passes to Russell. Third quarter of basketball here and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. The Nets have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Butler, good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 4th assist in this one.
That's the kind of muscle Butler has. Even when he gets hit on a drive, he finishes strong.
To the middle, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. He's got 8.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Butler against Simmons. Kicks it to Malone. And here is Kidd. 12 points for him.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
He's gone 6 of 6 from the free throw line. The free throw drops for Kidd. Both free throws good from Kidd.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Nets trail by 12. Paul kicks to KD. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to be on Bill Russell.
I think you underestimate the strength of Kevin Durant. Despite his slender frame, able to power through for the and one.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. Free throw drops for KD.
Growing up, KD wanted to play for his favorite team, the Toronto Raptors, which featured his favorite player, Vince Carter.
That's a 2 from Kidd. Gilmore grabs the miss. Gilmore's got rebound number 5 here tonight. KD looking around. There's 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Clock at 4. Paul for 3, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Lakers lead by 9. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Taking a look at the Lakers. Wallace is out there with Russell. Then there's Frazier. Then it's Jason Kidd. And it's Mullen in at the 3, the small forward. So it's Brooklyn now. They trail by 9 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
LA's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they let it fly from downtown. Los Angeles calls timeout. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, during that last timeout, I listened to Frank Vogel talk to his team. He told them this is a game of runs. It's a game of momentum. You may have the lead now, but I'm telling you guys, it can evaporate in a hurry. Let's close this thing out. Kevin?
You know, some might say Hayes plays the game angry, and there was definitely something angry about his defense there. What an emphatic rejection.
Durant with the steal. Pass to Paul. The 3. And no good. Good defense by Kidd.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Out of hand on it. To the inside. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Paul.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Nice passing here by Los Angeles. That's a 2 from Kidd. Kept alive. Russell. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. And the Lakers lead by 7.
So much sharper, so much more efficient with this shot this half. Just taking what the defense allows.
Paul kicks to KD. Fades away. Misses off the right iron. Lakers leading by 7. Here's Mullen. And it's Wallace slamming it down.
Super work on the boards. Boy, they really want to put their foot down on them now.
Yeah, and once you got them on the ropes, Greg, just keep swinging away.
You know why? Because this defense is reeling. They had to stop there but couldn't secure the rebound. They're still looking for answers.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. Chris Mullen with a strong contribution so far in this one.
This guy is killing you, and so far I haven't seen a good adjustment defensively.
Here's Paul, and it's blocked by Kidd. Frazier outside. Now the pass to Mullen. Outside Kidd. Softly drops in the floater. And now an 11-point Laker lead.
Man, I'll tell you, when you get your floater game going, it's a tremendous weapon.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Hold on!
Kevin, you got to buckle up on that one. My goodness, the ball handling ability by Durant. He is putting on a show.
Lakers leading by 9. Now here's Kidd. Outside Mullen. And a great assist by Kidd as that one goes in.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
You can't afford to give him space. Those kinds of mistakes have been the story of this game.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
The wide open look for Durant. Buries the long-range jumper. Durant's got 5 points now this quarter.
No one Durant's height with this level of usage has ever shot this well from distance.
Back to Mullen. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
The shot's good from Paul.
And really, CP3 is so good at reading the defense. If he knows he's getting the pass and they're playing off him, he'll torch you.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're up by 10. We've got 1:08 left in the fourth. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Chris Mullen.
Plain and simple, his scoring is what made him our pick tonight. Even when the D's given him all their attention, they just have not been able to contain him. If they backed off him for 1 second, he made them pay.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on?
Well, the question becomes, are they playing that much better now, or has their opponent taken the rest of the night off?
Passes it to Russell. And a great assist by Kidd as that one goes in. And the Lakers lead by 12. Inside. And finished off by KD.
And you remember there were questions about KD's athleticism going into the 2007 draft. None now. He can throw it down with the best of them.
Outside Kidd. Outside Mullen. And another 3 for the Lakers.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done. He's doing what he can do to pull them closer, but it's not enough. He needs more help.
Frazier outside. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, any time